So I mentioned in Newswave that over the next week or so, as we work towards Thanksgiving, we would see more Black Friday ads go live. And it appears now that one in particular that I was looking forward to was revealed a bit early over on Twitter from CAG. So I will link down below if you want to also be able to go through these images yourself. But I was curious about GameStop and how they'd be handling this year because it's been a strange, obviously, couple of years in gaming, with the PS5 and the Xbox Series X not exactly being plentiful out there. So wasn't expecting big sales around those systems, but some of the games that maybe I was waiting for sales on actually seem to be popping up here. So I figured we would take a look at it here today. Guys, if you enjoyed the video, make sure you like it and subscribe down below if you are new. Let's head over here to some of the images that were posted up, with the first one being the front of the Black Friday circular. Now, it is mentioned here that most of these sales start on the 24th of November, kind of as expected. I know some places are doing Black Friday sales, or they don't really call them that, but they just call them just holiday sales, basically since November started. Like, it's just been something you can go online and pick these things up, whereas generally it'd be the day of Thanksgiving or the day after Thanksgiving when everything started and we had a bunch of deep discounts. Then it would work through that weekend into Cyber Monday. But the first thing here, I mean, they have the Xbox Series S. That's $50 off. So there is a discount for one of the newer systems, and that was already kind of an aggressive price at $300. I know it's not as strong as the Series X or the PS5, but it worked into the idea of then having Game Pass follow suit. So Microsoft getting it at that price was good, but $250, that's not bad, actually, if you're looking to pick up a system for the holidays for someone there. Then they have the Mario Kart 8 bundle, I guess. We've talked about this for years now. You can probably go look at my video from last year about Black Friday ads, the year before that, year before that. It's known at this point. I still recommend the Switch OLED. I think even the price difference, obviously you're not getting a free game, but the screen itself is significantly better than what's packaged in here. And then just having PS5 consoles in stock is the sale. But we do have some games like Breath of the Wild is $35. Saints Row and Elden Ring, though, at $35. Saints Row, that's one I might even wait to get a little cheaper, but Elden Ring at $35, if you're looking through the Game of the Year nominations, you're like, I probably should check that out at some point. That's not bad there, brand new. And then they do have buy two, get one free, so you'll get 3 games for the price of 2. That's going to be on Xbox One and PlayStation 4 games. I recommend finding games that have those free updates, like the next-gen patches or whatnot for the Xbox One to the Xbox Series or even the PlayStation 4. Now, they did the typical thing where they'll split up games into essentially categories on pricing. They're showing a couple of games per category. Just know that most likely when the deals go live on their website and in stores, there will probably be other games that will accompany these. So, for example, the $17 games for the Xbox, they have The Quarry, which that's one that I didn't pick up. I might grab that at $17. That was a full $70 game. So it being at $17 seems like a pretty good pickup there. And The Witcher, by the way, I know it's been cheap. It's been like $10 or $15 for a while. This is a brand new copy, the complete edition, and we are expecting that next-gen update to go live, 3 weeks after this sale happens. So if you have not picked up The Witcher 3, seems like a good time, and then take advantage of it on newer hardware. I also want to point out that we have discounts on the controllers for the Xbox Series and the PlayStation 5 DualSense. The DualSense will be $50, and we've seen several different variations of the controller release. So if you've been looking at that purple or that midnight black or whatnot, hey, not a bad time, I would say, to pick up a brand new controller there. $29 games. I am looking at Persona 5 Royal on the Xbox, mostly for the collection. I have this game multiple times now, but it is still weird to see that cover art on the Xbox there. But otherwise, Tony Hawk Pro Skater 1 and 2 and Dying Light 2, not bad. $39 games, it's kind of it's kind of folded over there. I'm not seeing much for me in that price range. But then moving over to the $17 games, 2K22, that's on the PS4. Unfortunately, I don't know if that also includes the PS5 version, the disc-based one, because remember, they did the dual entitlement thing for 2K22. Otherwise, if that does include the PS5 copy next to that PS4 copy, I think that's a good pickup. It's a fun game, and at $17, it's not bad. $29 games, though, again, Gran Turismo 7, that's on the PS4. They're not showing the PS5 version, so something to think about there. They do have the upgrade path for $10 more. So Gran Turismo 7 might be in that $39 category that's directly next to it. Straw Humans 2 is a very fun game. I recommend that. Soul Hackers is the one I'm looking at myself, though, that's sitting there at $29. I kept thinking about picking it up. I didn't, and now might be a good time to grab that physical copy for the collection, and then Ratchet and Clank. $39 games, though. A Plague Tale Requiem, I know it's on Game Pass, but if you're mostly playing on PlayStation, that's a good pickup at $39. And then the Spider-Man Miles Morales, the Ultimate Edition, that has Spider-Man Remastered alongside of Miles Morales, which is good. And then Horizon Forbidden West, I liked Forbidden West. I absolutely recommend it here at that price point. I also noticed down here, and I've been looking at these from time to time, the racing wheels are up to $100 off. And I need to talk to Sean a bit more about that because he's like the racing wheel expert at this point. But with the new Forza game set to release in the first half of next year, I was thinking about getting maybe an Xbox wheel to play that one, because I'm expecting some pretty good things from the new Forza game. And then moving to the next page here, we have some of the deals for the Switch, which does include Digimon Survive at $17. So if you were someone who was having a hard time finding Digimon Survive because when it first came out, it's like out of print completely. Like for some reason, Bandai shipped barely any copies of the game, which they also didn't advertise it, so maybe that's why they weren't expecting much from it. But $17 for Digimon Survive just on a whim to pick it up at that price, I think that's pretty good. Then you have the Skywalker Saga at $29, and they have a couple of first-party Nintendo games in there with Mario Party and The Legend of Zelda at $39, and we also have Fire Emblem Warriors down there, $39. The other key aspect here for Black Friday and then Cyber Monday that people should be aware of is you're going to see storage be very, very cheap, heavily discounted. Like they have the save up to $30 on select memory, the little memory card down there. I would not recommend going to GameStop to buy them. I would look towards any of the online retailers, Amazon, Newegg, etc. In fact, if I go over to Newegg right now and take a look at their ultimate sale that's going on, it's mostly focusing on a lot of PC hardware parts and all these different things. And they even have by the way, the LG OLED C1 at $1,300, the 65-inch version. That's pretty good pickup. I actually think if you're in the market for a good TV this holiday season, that seems like a decent price for that. But they do have storage for things like the Samsung 980 Pro, M.2 2 terabyte internal SSD. Remember, that will work for your PlayStation 5. So if you've been thinking about upgrading for a little while now to get that storage a bit larger for games like Warzone 2, or I mean, even God of War is like 80 some odd gigabytes. That's not a bad pickup there to kind of upgrade the storage. Otherwise, though, the 1 terabyte should also be a good bit cheaper. But I still think if you're going to upgrade, I would look to try to do it once and go for the larger storage. So I'll admit the deals that we have rolling out here for Black Friday haven't exactly blown me away, but it's still kind of that strange time period where we had some good games come out this year, but it wasn't like overwhelming amounts of good games that we would expect to see on sale. And obviously, with the system still trying to gain traction in retail stores, you're probably not going to see those larger bundles. Or one of the best Black Friday deals I can remember was when we had the PlayStation 4 that came with Spider-Man, and it was like $200, and then you got a $50 gift card or something like that. That was a really good deal. Fortunately, not the case here when it comes to systems. Instead, you get a copy of Mario Kart 8 with an older Switch model, and then the PS5 just existing. The Series S at $50 off actually isn't bad. But otherwise, let me know what you guys think about the Black Friday sale for GameStop. I'll leave a link, as I mentioned, to CAG's tweet that gives some of the pictures here so you can check them out for yourself. Thanks, guys, for watching, and I'll see you next time.